That was a crowd pleaser. Many were waiting to see that woman put in her place. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him?
Yeah, sure. Also, what is that guy doing in the background? That's like Elder Scrolls Oblivion level cheering right there.
Then let us begin. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Aeducan. Lord Aeducan will fight Sir Blackstone, Deep Road squad leader of the warrior caste.
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
Alright.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
I assume this will be kind of tough. Well, as tough as auto attacking can be. Or I can never miss, and that would work good.
Mercy from me! The winner is Lord Aeducan.
If there's another fight, I'm definitely going to try and get a close-up of the people in the stands, because they are ridiculous.
You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Aeducan. Franlin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him?
Yep.
Or will you rest first?
You can actually rest?
Of course. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Aeducan. It is down to just 2 warriors, with backbones of stone and wills of iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lord Aeducan will fight Franlin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
First warrior to fall is vanquished.
I feel kind of bad feeling win from this guy.
The victor is champion. Fight!
I mean, I assume he still gets some reward. He gets honor, of course. Like, look at those guys. I'm backed up. Oh, you can't back up this guy, okay. I wonder if they have a shield if you cannot back up them or not. But yeah, these guys are something.
Let's see some blood! Run while you still can! It's a massacre, and no one's getting out alive! You asked for it! We will prevail, and death will be your release!
Alright. Not the most exciting fight ever, but it was a fight.
Lord Aeducan. Congratulations! Franlin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours.
Ooh, I feel kind of bad taking this. Yeah, he can have it.
The people will remember your honor and generosity for all time.
Does mean I need a new helmet, though.
My lord,
I'm ready to go.
your wish is our command.
So I think that was the only thing that we could do before going to the feast. So I guess it's time to head back. So I mean, there are all those locked doors as well, but I don't know if we can access them yet. Because I know we come back to this city later on, once we are, you know, fully fledged members of the Grey Wardens. So I don't know if those locked doors can actually be accessible now, or basically they're forced to be later. Like, I assume this entire left sector, or right section, is locked off. I mean, that's the gate right there. But I don't know.
I am proud to serve the Idukans.
Thank you. But yeah, I think everything else is locked currently.
Look, the Grey Wardens are here. The raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Okay.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
Well, I'm not likely to be a political instrument.
The vote concerns the status of the so-called Surface Caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please,
You know,
agree to speak for this noble
that is a
cause.
good cause, sir. I agree with you.
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
Alright.
You're a fool.
Oh, okay. Oh well. That's a bit rude. That's especially rude for a... Pretty sure I'm a prince. I killed your daughter today, I think. That's probably why. I already know who Duncan is, but why not?
Greetings, my lord Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last.
Yeah, sure,
I have
that's
had
why.
the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may
Thank you.
be the quickest fighter in all of House Idukan.
Thank you.
I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more
Oh.
Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Ozamor, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world. Alas, I do not think he would take kindly to that suggestion. As the child
They're
of
a
the
bigger
king,
threat on the
heir
surface.
after
Why
Lord Treon,
is he heading
place
into
is
the
here.
dark roads then? Yeah, sure, why not?
Truly. Then I will speak to your father after
It's not
tomorrow's
like any of
battle.
her decisions here really matter
I have
much
my
anyway,
doubts
to
he
be
will
honest.
relent, but there is always hope. Until then, good luck to you. Show the Darkspawn what your people are made of.
Will do. Now, what do you want, sassy lady?
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just
Alright.
did.
Ooh, wow, I could... Oh, let's go passive aggressive, yeah.
Do not mock me, boy. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you. If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant Caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface.
Okay.
Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster.
Okay.
Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface
Okay.
Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, Idukan.
Wait, so you only have to benefit from this then? Why are you complaining?
She's saying that if the air-touched dwarves have their connections to their houses restored, you'll end up footing the bill for Lord Dace's disaster.
Oh, if I were 20 years younger, I'd bed you just to get some of that quick wit in my house. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacer's kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace.
Well, I have a premonition that, I might not be part of this royal family for long, so that's not really my problem right now.
The Surface Cast gave up their noble ties willingly, generations ago. Will you humiliate your house and your father for them?
Sure will.
Do what you will then. It's your honor that hangs in the balance.
Alright, is there anything else to do now? You knock him again.
You return. Were my instructions unclear?
I don't know, you just had a mark over your head.
Good, good. Enjoy your night then.
Alright then. I'm just gonna look over here since I don't know if this area closes off once the feast is done.
Got it.
I assume it wouldn't. But I also don't know. Also, who keeps armor and weapons in boots? Or not in boots, but barrels. I feel like it's an odd place to keep stuff.
Alright, alright.
Oh, there's my other dagger. And there's a bow. I don't know if oh, I already had one. Whoops. I don't know if a dagger is actually better than a longsword right now. It's a higher crit chance in armor pen, but it does less base damage. And since we don't have a whole lot of stats right now, then maybe it's worse? No clue. I'm gonna use double dagger though, because why not? Maybe it's better, maybe it's worse.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
And the door's open now. What if that means that the other door is open as well? Ah, that would be a no. That would be a definitive no. What are those rooms? The King's Entrance, okay. So what is this? Is this molten gold? It's not flowing very fast. So it'd have to be some kind of metal.
My king, please reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look,
this is a pleasant talk.
We have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my son. How fine you look in your great-grandfather's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented?
I wonder if
to the
he would
heads
have
of the
insulted me
noble
if I took the
houses?
helmet. Yeah, sure, why not?
So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone, and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Aeducan, who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called Surface Caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls?
I think this is the correct answer.
Thank you, my lord. I am satisfied.
Then if there are no other challenges, I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the Provence, or getting some rest in his rooms.
Alrighty.
Walk well.
We know his rooms there at least, so if that is where he is, then we're set on that. Doubt he'd be watching the proving. It goes where he ended. Unless there's like a couple wave of provings, I don't know. That's father's house. Who's no? That's Balin's, I think, right? Yeah.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father?
Already done.
Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves.
Yeah, I agree.
And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him.
Now you're trying to assassinate the king?
Trian has begun to move against you.
No.
I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you.
How do you know?
I overheard him giving orders to some of his men, and I was shocked. Then it began to make sense. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right.
Well, I don't know if I like any of these answers.
He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince.
Interesting.
Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds.
That is true.
If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside. You're the elder. I'll follow your lead as always.
What do you think,
Permission to speak freely?
Absolutely.
Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
I think Trian dies regardless. Yeah, we can coach Trian.
I'm afraid I must agree with you. Tomorrow's battle is the time to do it.
I'll
find out the rendezvous and buy you the time to do what must be done. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramont. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come men! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men.
He really isn't trying to hide anything, is he?
Haramont and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my brother.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a Taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach it.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Aeducan remains in that Taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
Alright.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions?
Nope.
Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the Lords and demonstrate the strength of Aeducan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Well, that's kind of ominous. Okay. So this is the exit, I think. I assume we just go into this cave here. Just in case something crashes, since we have not saved at all yet. I'm gonna go turn down the game sounds a bit as well. They're quite loud. That might be better.
I see a trap.
Will my AI activate it? Yes, but it did nothing. Okay. Good time.
All right.
Oh, I got an achievement for that. Nice. Also, maybe what we saw earlier wasn't lava, because this looks different. Maybe it was orange lyrium? I don't know. I thought that lyrium was generally blue. And then Dark Souls, not Dark Souls 2, Dragon Age 2 has red lyrium. But I don't know about orange lyrium.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn?
Sure did.
As you say, onward then.
Oh, Franwin's here. Hello, Franwin.